Okay, we're going to open up our closed session meeting. This is the Calexico City Council, Calexico Redevelopment Successor Agency, Calexico Financing Authority special meeting agenda for closed session. The time is, Councilman Romero, what time we have?
6:04.
6:04. All right, roll call.
Mayor Hodge,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Romero,
Here.
Councilmember Ariola Fernandez is absent. Councilmember Risen. Here. Councilmember Pacheco.
Here.
We have a quorum, Mayor.
All right, very good, thank you. Any public comments at this point in time regarding what is on the special meeting agenda?
This is the time for the public to address the City Council on closed session items only. The mayor will recognize you when you come to the microphone. Please state your name and place of residence for the record. While members of the public are encouraged to participate, it is unlawful to disturb or delay the council with personal or slanderous remarks. The City Council is prohibited by state law from taking action or discussing items not included on the printed agenda. Please direct your questions and comments to the City Council.
Any comments?
None, sir.
None at all. Okay, then, we are going to convene into closed session. We will reconvene in approximately 30 minutes. Approve the agenda.
So move. Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. My apologies. To the Calexico City Council, Calexico Redevelopment Successor Agency, Calexico Financing Authority regular meeting agenda for a Wednesday, July 17th, 2019 at approximately, what time is that, sir? Can't see the
6:30.
clock.
6:33.
6:33, thank you very much. And we'll begin with City Attorney. We just reconvening from closed session. Anything to comment on?
No, we got direction in closed session, but no reportable acts were taken at this point in time. Thank you.
All right, very good. Roll call.
Mayor Hodge,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Romero,
Here.
Councilmember Risen. Here. Councilmember Pacheco.
Here.
Councilmember Ariola Fernandez is absent. We have a quorum, Mayor.
Okay. Please stand, ladies and gentlemen. I'll lead the Pledge of Allegiance. Hand over your right heart, over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Assistant City Manager Figueroa, would you mind?
Mission statement. Together, we plan
pledge to provide effective and efficient services in a courteous and respectful manner to improve the quality of life for all in our unique border community. Viva Calexico.
And continue to stand, ladies and gentlemen, the invocation by our Honorable Council Member Romero.
Señor, nos queremos dar las gracias esta tarde por tener la oportunidad de poder estar aquí, para poder honrarte a ti, para poder honrar a nuestro pueblo, a nuestra comunidad y a nuestra gente, Señor. Y te pedimos, Señor, que puedas entrar a nuestros corazones, a nuestro cerebro, para poder hacer lo más correcto para la ciudad, para nuestra gente, Señor, para ti también, y por eso te damos toda la honra y la gloria. En el nombre de Jesús agradecemos todo. Amén.
Amen. You may be seated. All right, we've come to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve agenda.
Second?
Second.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And opposed? None. So it passes. Very good. Announcement, City Clerk.
This is the time for the public to address City Council on public comments. The mayor will recognize you when you come to the microphone. Please state your name and place of residence for the record. All members of the public are encouraged to participate. It is unlawful to disturb or delay the council meeting with personal or slanderous remarks. The city council is prohibited by state law taking action or discussing items not included on the printed agenda. Please direct your questions and comments to the city council.
City Clerk, would you be kind enough to go ahead of that where it reads, "These proceedings may be viewed on the City of Calexico"?
Got it. Hold a second. These proceedings may be viewed on the City of Calexico website at www.calexico.ca.gov the Friday following the City Council meeting. Mayor Hodge will have community office hours to hear the concerns of the citizens the fourth Tuesday of the month from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at City Hall in the City Manners Conference Room, 608 Heber Avenue, Calexico.
Thank you. Before we commence with public comments and public appearances, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say something, but prior to that, we have a statement from Councilwoman Rosiel Fernandez, and I would like to read it to you. It states, "To the citizens of the City of Calexico, to Mayor Bill Hodge, Councilman Romero, Pacheco, and Risen, to the administration of the City of Calexico and the City of Calexico employees, I would like to offer my sincerest apologies to the residents and citizens of the City of Calexico for my behavior for both May 5th, 2019 and July 6th, 2019, incidents which I was involved. I have let down the people who put their faith and support in me, and I will do everything in my power to learn from these severe and regrettable mistakes and to gain back your trust. There is no excuse for my failure to live up to my responsibilities as a responsible citizen. I would like to personally thank the officers of California Highway Patrol, their professionalism, the staff of El Centro Regional Medical Center, Reach Air UC San Diego Medical Center for their medical care and attention. I plan to resume my duties as a council member for the City of Calexico on August 7th, 2019. I would also like to thank all of the many individuals who have offered their support in this difficult time for my family and me. Sincerely, Rosie L. Fernandez, City of Calexico City Council member. This is a difficult time for both of us, the public and the City Council, but we will get through this. Calexicans, I understand your right to be angry and disappointed and frustrated pertaining to the Councilwoman Rosie Fernandez car accidents. Listen, the City Council takes very seriously the protection, enforcement of public safety. Justice will be carried out in this manner. But remember, in the United States, one is presumed innocent until proven guilty, and due process must be allowed to take place. Before we start the public comments, I want to be transparent and clear that the City Council legally is very limited in its obligations as to what we can do in this manner. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, we can't do anything. I know some of you want to hear otherwise, but state law prohibits us of taking any action. But you, the public, can do something. And if this is what you desire, then you can talk to our own city clerk at a later date. As for myself, your mayor, I strongly condemn the decision-making and actions of Councilwoman Rosa Fernandez. In this situation, there was a great void of moral judgment and sound reasoning. She's a good woman, but has made some serious mistakes. But I implore Councilwoman Fernandez to do some very serious soul-searching in the days to come and do what is right for Calexico and herself. Now, I will quickly, and I'm not going to do this every time, just this will be the last time, but I want to again read the decorum rules, and then we will proceed with public announcements. Please respect each other when you come up or in the audience. Speak on issues, not personalities. Don't call out personal motives among council members. When speaking, address your comments to the council, not the audience. Be aware of time. You have roughly 3 minutes. Audience, you will not yell or shout or blurt out any remarks when someone is at the podium. You may only speak at the podium. Remember to fill out the form before speaking. On contentious, heated issues, you may speak twice on the same item. You cannot speak for the second time, though, until everyone has had a chance to speak. And finally, you may not give your time to speak to another citizen. You have 2 times to speak. Okay, then, we will now proceed with public comments. City Clerk?
Jason Jung.
Hello, Mayor. I haven't been here in a while. I don't really like coming out, but I'm here to address something. Our council gets in an accident, factual. She goes home. Supposedly PD went to speak to her 3 days later or 4 days later. I don't know. And I really don't care. But you know what? The sad part is that this incident was not reported to the DA's office possibly for a month. And, you know, you guys, the council members, should see how long it takes to report this to the state, to do the follow-up investigation, and look for what the policies and procedures are for DUIs. Because if it was me, I guarantee I'd been in jail the next day. That's for sure. But Rosie gets away with it for a month. Then, Mayor Hodge, you said she's innocent until proven guilty. That's great. And you are so right. But what you fail to mention to the public here, or yourself and your fellow councilmen, is that she admitted to drinking 2 cups of wine, cough medicine, and antidepressant medication that's prescribed. And she admitted it. So basically, I don't know what defense attorney's going to be able to get her out of that one. You admitted to being under the influence. Poor judgment? Yes. Should she have done it? Probably not. But if the PD would have done their job right the first time, this wouldn't have happened. Let's not forget that the PD endorsed her and gave her $5,000 for her campaign. It sounds like she didn't report that to the FPPC. So there's an FPPC complaint coming for her. That's one. Another one. You know, there's a lot of rumors going around about the people with Santo Tomas. And like I said, I haven't been here for months. I crawled under my rock, wanted to be left alone. But you know what? The sad part is we're coming right back to what's wrong with the city. The cover-up. The fact that you guys don't want to tell the public what it is and what's going on. And you guys look at me like, what's he talking about? All the failed inspections, Did you guys ever enforce the laws at Santo Tomas before it got so bad? Now it did. You left a bunch of merchants displaced. There's rumors about fire inspectors taking bribes, this and that. I don't know if it's true or not. We're going to look into that, and we'll find out. We just heard somebody's parking lot got repaved on the weekend, a doctor, and he didn't pull any permits. But hold on. If it's me or Sal or Mr. Kim that want to do a project at home, and we don't pull permits, I guarantee you the city's going to come after us real bad, real hard, and real quick. But somebody gets to do a project without pulling permits. Who do we have to be in this town to get away with this? Should the laws not apply equally to every single citizen? And you guys set the example. And the PD does too by not following protocol, by trying to cover up Rosie's DUI.
Please wrap it up. Your time is almost
Thank you.
over.
That's it.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Mr. Kim?
Hi, my name is Kim. I believe everybody knows me in this room. According to the statement, Ms. Fernandez coming back in the August meeting. I'm not gonna talk much about things of her until she's coming back and sitting down there. But we don't have to see the Hodge. The Loshi. Right now, so we have to look at Mr. Hodges. He said he's gonna call the what's called the town hall meeting. And I thought we were gonna have a town hall meeting last Wednesday. He was not there. What is the solution? What city mayor saying? Oh, I gonna taking care of these issues this week, today, which is last Wednesday. I thought we were gonna have some meeting. Any law give the city mayor to give the power to taking care of the issues without the follow council members' agreements or voting. So you're gonna break the Brown Act law? Are you gonna be a king? You're just saying things and you're not gonna keeping it. You don't want to keep it, or you don't care. You're not gonna keep it there. But poor people, there's no job in this town. Maybe even they go to Swami, even they not paying them back minimum wages. But they have to be there surviving. And city of Calexico impacting over 3,000 people's life without shame. And any legal action wasn't being done, and just not warning, nothing there, just closed down. For sure, it's Arsenal. We don't know who did it, but I don't think it's been an accident. What I'm believing, somebody intentionally doing it to get the benefit out of it, and city working together with them. It's very suspicious action followed by the council and followed by the city staff. It's something questionable. Don't forget, you guys working for the citizens. Thank you.
Time is up. Thank you very much.
Mr. Kim?
Just for clarification, sorry about the misunderstanding, Mr. Kim. No, we did not set a specific date. What I had said was that we were going and we will have town hall meetings. But that's something that takes effort, and we have to set a schedule on that. Again, if you have something to say about consent items, this is the time also.
Mr. Kim, item number 4, number 6, number 7, and number 9. This is public comments for closed session, sir. I'm sorry, for consent.
No, you can go ahead now, Mr. Kim. It states in the public statement that the best time is to do it now, along with public statements, if you have any concerns about the consent items.
And just to clarify, the agenda does provide in the written description that the public comment period right now is also the comment period for consent calendar items. So it's always.
Do you want me to read it again? Public comments and public appearances. This is the time for the public to address the City Council on any item not appearing on the agenda that is within the subject matter jurisdiction of the City Council. The mayor will recognize you when you come to the microphone. Please state your name and place of residence for the record. While members of the public are encouraged to participate, it is unlawful to disturb or delay the council meeting with personal or slanderous remarks. If the item you wish to comment on is on consent, please comment now. The City Council is prohibited by state law from taking action or discussing items not included on the printed agenda. If the item you wish to comment on is on public portion of the agenda, we will take your comment when we get to the item on the agenda. Please direct your questions and comments to the City Council. Mr. Kim.
Well, consent agenda, item number 4. Adopt budget amendment resolution for the Fund 431 Parks and Recreations, impact fees. It's impact fees supposedly using for the park, not the recreational departments. And they were mentioning 4 things, three buildings: community center, cultural arts center, community center air conditioning replacement project. That's supposed to be not touching from the park's money. We have a short of the park. We have a loss of the park is not being taken care of it. We should not touching the park money. That supposedly, for example, government Brazos building, we not own it. Charge company, they supposed to be provide those building as a community service, as a grand stadium. Community center, they supposed to have several individual budget because they making lots of income through the rent, and they don't have an individual budget there. And they shouldn't be touching park money. That money is supposed to be put into the increasing of the service and increasing of the condition of the parks. So much things needs to be done, and people was waiting. For example, Cordova Park is years, and city using park money to general fund, and they didn't do nothing for that. So we should not touching the park money to do so, and the community center is supposed to have their own fund for that. Please consider to not to fund through the park money, through the general fund, or with the grant. Okay, so nobody besides me that's going to be jump to the number 6. You see, here we're going to write the grant. Why we not writing the grant to taking care of the community center. Actually, this one is writing the grant for the community center. Why not together? So we don't have much money, and we should to taking care of the money from outside as much as we can bring in here. And again, community center or any entity of the cities, they have incomes. They should have several accounts for themselves to see how sustaining themselves with their incomes. Police department, they have own budget. All the places, even the library has own budget, but not the community center. So I believe that this number 6, we might include the fund to repair for those issues, but not what's called not the Carmen Durazo's center, cultural center, that is responsible from the Charles company that's supposed to provide us that public activities rooms. So it's new for me to talking about together. Number 7, there we're gonna write the parks. We're gonna write the grant for the parks. And when I was mayor, we separate money for that CFT fund from there. City of Calexico used to charge CFT bond, CFT taxes to the, I believe that areas, they have service fee for the CFT taxes. And City of Calexico, that put it into the general fund to use it as a general fund. So when I was mayor, we separate the money to own the fund to have the CFT tax money. They can keep the money for that portable parks. And also we separate the money. We fund the money. Money was keeping there. So with this one, it should be approved, but don't forget, City of Calexico didn't comply state compliance. Any grant, we cannot get the money until we finish the single audit. Single audit was due by March. It was not there. Not even general audit. Are you guys praising the financing department? Even the financing department has a last step. They've been done all the clean up the whole year worth of the work, and plus ready for the audit and the budget. So this leadership is very, very, very unacceptable. So whatever he was doing today, probably we're not going to get anything because our single audit is not been done. Don't forget that. Number 9, cannabis. It looks like everybody going to be smiling again. Someone mentioning, as a good mentioning, beer and drinking, alcohol and marijuana. Every council member was happy. I'm not. Well, they don't have to worry about it. At least now it's illegal. But I don't know how they was holding it when it was illegal. But there is no money from the cannabis. And there's some gentleman was mentioning there are people selling at the street with the package, just like a delivering. It looks like a delivering, but they're offering $60 for the bag. Where is our police officers? Where is the balanced budget? Oh, you guys killed a lot of police officers' job and killed a lot of safety on the town. Of course, marijuana dealers, they're going to be happy. They go around the city selling the drugs. Where is our police officers? Oh, police officer was busy to raising the graffiti for the Roshi Fernandez. What is police officers for our safety? We need more numbers. We need council members, whatever steps they're doing wrong, council members are responsible. You cannot say, oh, we have a bad city manager. You cannot say we have a bad police chief. We cannot say we have a bad police officers. You cannot say that. Whatever we have a bad ones, or we have a short, you guys are responsible. City council is responsible to provide the service for the community. We need to have about 50 officers or more, because we are a border town. We have a lot of traffic, a lot of activities. So please, council member, focusing where is our community members budget, community member benefits. Don't make the party with the people's tax. Thank you.
Ricardo Servín.
My name is Ricardo Servín. I live in 818 Due in Calexico. I'm going to talk about Rosie Fernandez. What happened, happened, okay. Let me tell you something. You know her, how she is? She helped more people than hurting people. We have a lot of people that make more mistakes, they're worse than her. But you should consider what you want to do, get her out of council woman. You should wait until the court decide what they're going to do to her. A lot of people they talk on a lot of BS. That ain't right. To put a post office out here by total arrest, that's bad. You guys should consider who the people are hurting the people. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Servín.
Alberto Alviso.
Buenas tardes, miembros del concilio, público de gente de Calexico. Yo este día no pensaba hablar, la verdad quería escuchar los comentarios de las personas, pero al empezar a escuchar la carta que el señor Hodge empezó a leer como una disculpa de la señora Rosie, se me hizo ofensivo, porque yo creo que eso es algo que a ella le corresponde hacer, no a ustedes, a ninguno de ustedes. Yo no voy a hablar de la señora ni de su situación, que es algo lamentable lo que pasó, pero hoy no pienso hablar sobre eso. Yo lo que quiero es hacerle una pregunta a ustedes. ¿Ustedes están de acuerdo en seguirlo apoyando mientras se declare o no culpable la situación de ella? Me gustaría saber la opinión de cada uno de ustedes. Sé que es su amiga, no sé si de muchos años, desde ahorita, y a lo mejor como amigo uno siempre va a ayudar a los amigos o a protegerlos, pero en este caso yo creo que no hay manera de que ella se pueda cubrir de algo que pasó, no una, sino dos veces. Mi pregunta es para ustedes. ¿Qué piensan sobre eso? Esa es una. La siguiente, no entiendo muy bien lo que habló el señor Ricardo ahorita, pero lo que alcancé a entender, no sé si estoy equivocado, es que dijo que ella era una buena persona y que ha ayudado a mucha gente también. Yo creo que muchos de aquí también somos buenas personas, pero si hubiéramos vivido una situación como esa, no nos estuviéramos escapando de la ley. Entonces, el camino de hacer buenas cosas no garantiza que no vayamos a cometer errores y que esos errores no nos traigan consecuencias. Lamentablemente es algo que trae una consecuencia y es algo, pues por así decirlo, grave. Yo no quiero hablar de ella, como dije, más bien es el punto de vista de ustedes sobre esto. Sobre el apoyo a los comerciantes de la calle de Segunda y todo, sé que vienen nuevos proyectos y ahorita les está preocupando el cierre de la calle Segunda para salir a México. Creo que es importante escuchar sus opiniones y creo que ustedes deben ir a buscar a cada uno de ellos para escuchar sus necesidades. Con Santo Tomás no pasó nada más, no voy a hablar tampoco de Santo Tomás, pero de ahí no pasó, nunca fueron a escuchar las necesidades de la gente. Y yo creo que, no, a menos que esté equivocado yo, creo que el trabajo de ustedes al estar en esa silla es escuchar la voz del pueblo para que ustedes tomen las mejores decisiones. Y es muy importante que lo hagan. Eso es muy importante que lo hagan. Tómense el tiempo. Yo sé que yo he platicado mucho con el señor Figueroa y con el señor David Dale y creo que están haciendo muy buen trabajo en muchas cosas, pero hay otras cosas que todavía no está a su alcance porque van descubriendo y están tratando de mejorar esas cosas. Pero creo que también es trabajo de ustedes ayudarlos a ellos a que sigan haciendo un buen trabajo. Yo los felicito a ellos por muchos trabajos que están haciendo que están bien, pero repito, ustedes necesitan ir afuera a escuchar a la gente, a escuchar sus necesidades, no solamente de los negocios, sino también de las necesidades de la gente que vive aquí. Gracias.
César Aguilar.
Well, the next person is coming up. It's your choice. You have a right to speak on anything at this point. But just to let you know, I've advocated for a public forum Tuesday, July 23rd at 6 p.m. here. Is that correct?
Yes.
Pertaining to Imperial Avenue and 2nd Street. So the public will have an opportunity, the merchants will have an opportunity to speak up, and we will listen to them. Thank you.
Buenas tardes. Acaba usted de aclarar que la fecha para estos temas se acerca en un futuro corto, pero de todas maneras quisiera aprovechar esta oportunidad para hablar de las necesidades del negocio que vengo representando, Baja Duty Free, y es relacionado también a la situación del cambio de garita, ¿sí? Están cambiando el tráfico de la Avenida Imperial hacia la César Chávez, lo cual pues al negocio mío, como al de Hueta, aquí Lorena presente, pues nos afecta directamente como a muchos negocios de aquí de la Avenida Imperial. La naturaleza de nuestros negocios es no pagan impuestos los clientes, pero necesitan salir inmediatamente después de comprar en Baja Duty Free o en Hueta hacia México. Nosotros tenemos que atestiguar que eso pase, entonces por eso es que necesitamos estar lo más cerca y en la acera en la que el tráfico sale a México. Una vez que cambiaron o que abrieron ya la César Chávez, se nos redujo nuestro negocio. Una vez que cierran la Avenida Imperial o la calle Segunda para salir a México hacia el lado oeste, pues entonces nuestro negocio pues realmente va a tronar, ¿sí? Porque yo como cliente yo no me desviaría de la fila de la Grant, bajarme 5 o 6 cuadras más para luego después que me retomen hacia la línea y todavía ver si me van a dejar entrar ahí. Es difícil como cliente. Yo vengo a proponerles y para que de verdad lo tomen en consideración, si ustedes están planeando que el tráfico hacia México sea por la Grant Street también como una segunda alternativa, aparte de César Chávez, pues ¿por qué no dejarlo como está? De todas maneras lo van a ocupar en Avenida Imperial. Yo creo que no solamente Baja Duty Free y Hueta somos los afectados, yo creo que somos varios, casas de cambio, gasolineras, restaurantes. Y necesitamos de verdad el apoyo de la ciudad y de ustedes, miembros del concilio, para que pues nuestros negocios no se vayan a la quiebra. Porque muchas familias dependen de ellos, directa o indirectamente, muchas familias dependen de ellos. Entonces, pues sí, realmente es una petición formal la que les estoy haciendo para que lo consideren, lo voten, y de verdad que como negocio nosotros somos propietarios del local en donde estamos y nos resultaría muy costoso hacer una inversión para cambiarnos al César Chávez. Entonces sí les estamos pidiendo su apoyo como miembros del concilio que son. Hace un momento ustedes, y de hecho ahí lo dice, que están para apoyar a la ciudad. Los negocios también somos parte de la ciudad, entonces les estamos pidiendo ese apoyo. Gracias.
Thank you. That's all for public comments? Okay. Now, moving on to city council comments and reports of meetings attended. Honorable council members, any city council comments?
I'd just like to share that there's a lot of provisional stop signs being putting up and then the actual stop signs going in. I've heard through some people that they'd wish that we put up some stop signs on Grant Street because they're coming in a little hot off 5th and Grant and they continue on Grant with a little speed on their minds, I guess. So maybe we could have the chief go out there and look at the situation on Grant Street. That's citizens are coming up and saying they're going too fast down that avenue.
Councilman
That's all.
Rice?
Como dice el alcalde, vamos a tener una junta el 23, el martes. Y yo soy 100% que dejamos abierto ese lugar. So, yo voy a pelear. Desde el principio que me dijeron que iba a pasar yo estaba con, que lo vamos a dejar abierto. Hay que tener los tres abiertos. Calle 98, que va a César Chávez, Grant, y la calle Segunda. So, el día 23, le invitamos a todo el mundo para que vengan y vamos a pelear y lo vamos a llevar en los candados y el estado para que lo dejen abierto. Por favor, vienen. Y el otra cosa que te quiero decir es nosotros no podemos opinar en qué pasó con la regidora. Yo no voy a comentar nada. Yo personalmente me he hablado, los periódicos, la prensa, todo el mundo. Lo que voy a decir ahorita es que yo lo apoyo 100% si quiere quedar o no quiere quedar. Es el único que puede ser. Y yo quiero que se quede con nosotros porque es buen elemento aquí. Lo que hacen personal es su problema. Pero ella sí trabaja bien con nosotros aquí. Es todo lo que quiero decir. Gracias.
Thank you, Councilman Rising. Councilman Romero?
Buenas tardes. Sí, este pasado martes tuve la oportunidad de sentarme con la nueva diputada federal de Baja California del segundo distrito, la licenciada Lisette Noriega. Ella acaba de tomar la posición de la previa diputada, que ahora es la presidenta municipal electa, Marina. Y tuvimos la oportunidad de hablar de muchas cosas que contemplan entre Calexico y Mexicali y a empezar a hablar de una unidad más binacional. En referencia se habló mucho de empezar a limpiar más el Río Nuevo en base a las acciones que han visto que estamos tomando el municipio de Calexico con ayuda de AB 617 a nivel del condado. Está muy emocionada de poder empezar a aportar ella también apoyo por parte de México y empezar a limpiarlo, no nomás desde que entra aquí, cruza el río hacia la frontera, sino desde México también. Uno de los casos que también se va a empezar a implementar un poco más es la calidad de control del aire. Entendemos que a veces la baja calidad de aire de Calexico proviene de mucho de la contaminación que se genera en nuestra ciudad hermana, que es Mexicali, y queremos empezar a atacar todas esas cosas porque lo que les afecta a ellos nos afecta a nosotros y viceversa. Los tendré en contacto conforme vayamos saliendo más proyectos, porque mucha unión con la comunidad se va a ocupar, en base a que también estamos tratando de implementar más desarrollo económico entre ambos países. Entonces ojalá y pueda tener mejores noticias después, conforme vayamos saliendo con más planes de acción y se ocupe también datos por medio de la comunidad. Gracias.
Thank you. I have a couple. There appears to be, this is referring to Rockwood Park, there appears to be two social groups that are negatively co-mingling at Rockwood Park. The homeless and then the non-homeless in the form of wannabe gangs or whatever. And the young gang members are taking advantage of the vulnerability of the homeless by stealing their pension money and personal items. Furthermore, this bad element, they are harassing and threatening Calexico citizens that set foot on the park. They're telling them to get out. This upsets me, and this has to stop. So I insist that we step up police enforcement at Rockwood Park. Also, a reminder that City Council administration continues to work towards restoring the Rockwood Park for family use and finding a cooling center for the homeless. There is a intermediate goal for Rockwood Park that I'm advocating, and it is to obtain grant money through Prop 68. This grant money would be used to repurpose the park. We could enhance the park with a skateboard facility if we chose, and a desert landscaping and other amenities. We will be holding public forums for public input regarding Prop 68 in the near future. So more information will be forthcoming. Thank you. Now we turn to City Manager's report.
Yes, Mayor Hodge, council members. I want to start off by recognizing two individuals that are here with us today. As we all know, beginning July 1st, we experienced a change in our Development Services Department. We had a change in our organizational structure at the department with the retirement of Mr. Ralph Morales. So one of the decisions that was discussed and taken by our city manager was the fact that myself, while we continue the recruitment for a Development Services Director, will oversee the department operations. And I have decided to give an opportunity to showcase the years of experience of Mr. Cuauhtemoc Chuck Cortez to be our leader in the building side of the department, along on the other side, the continued service of Mr. Christopher Velasco on the planning side. So we will be implementing this operation. Mr. Cortez and Mr. Velasco are working closely with me to make sure that we're not only operating the Development Services Department in an effective way, but in an efficient way as well, so we can move on the projects that are coming to our table to make sure that we expedite what was presented to you at the last City Council meeting.
Very good.
So, Mr. Cortez, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to extend an invitation to the New River Public Forum that we're going to be hosting at the Women's Improvement Club tomorrow. It's going to be from 5 to 7 p.m. and we're going to have information to share with our community that is imperative to the work that's been going on since 2004 in improving the issues that we face in Calexico when it comes to the New River. We're going to have members from Cali, PA. We're going to have members from the Regional Water Quality Control Board out of Palm Desert. And the city is also going to be conducting a presentation. As I've been sharing with you at previous city council meetings, I want to recognize the work of our Public Works Manager, Liliana Falomir, as at this point she has undertaken the duty to bid out the construction of Phase 1B, which at this point right now is going in the review process. And we anticipate that by summer of 2020, our first phase will be concluded. This is the efforts of the community of the west side of Calexico, partner nonprofits from Imperial Valley, and obviously the city of Calexico. Part of our duty is to report on what we're doing, and we have plenty of good news to share tomorrow. So we look forward to seeing you all. Last but not least, I want to thank the city managers from El Centro, Brawley, Imperial, and Calipatria for being here last week as we as a city hosted the Imperial County Transportation Commission Management Committee. Along with them, I want to recognize Mark Baza, the Executive Director of ICTC, and the representatives from Caltrans and ICMA. So we had a very productive session at which I will be reporting upon the return of Mr. Dale, a lot of the things that are occurring in Sacramento that are going to benefit the efforts that we have undertaken and that we can look forward to do in the near future as well when it comes to grant opportunities. That's my report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Figueroa.
Mr.
Comment?
Mayor, just before we proceed, I just want to congratulate Chuck and the amazing work
Yes.
Mr. Chris Velasco are doing. I definitely see a huge difference in that department and how more steadily the flowing of business projects and inspections have been coming along. So, you know, congratulations to you both, and I just hope they keep doing the great job they're doing.
You guys will make a great team. Anyone else want to make a comment? No? Yes?
Temo is a long time coming. Congratulations.
Okay. All right, let's move on to consent agenda items. Let's do it this way. Is there anyone that wants to pull any items? No.
Make a motion, we accept items 1 through 10 on the consent agenda.
I second.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. It passes unanimously. Excellent. One to 10. We go to item number 11. One second, please. Okay, here's the subject for item number 11. It is authorize the city manager to sign agreement for professional services between the city of Calexico and Heartland for payroll services. Mr. Manager, any input?
Yes, we have Finance Director Lovatos, who's going to provide a report on the item.
All right.
Good evening, council members. I'm presenting to you an option to outsource our payroll services. Back in November of last year, council had approved for us to go with Benefit Mall. Unfortunately, they were not able to provide the services we needed due to the complexity of our payroll. So we started looking at other options, and we came up with Heartland, which they were the second lowest bidder back in November. So this is what I'm presenting to you, the option to outsource our payroll services. They will be able to do mock payrolls before we go live, which is something that Benefit Mall was not able to do. So we want to make sure that before we move forward with another company, we have the numbers that we should have. So this is a good option.
Ms. Lovatos, would you mind sharing that you had the opportunity to meet with them get to know them and talk about this?
Absolutely. They came down, they're based out of, they have the larger company in San Diego and then another company, the regional company is in LA. So they came down and we talked to them, we went over all the items, all of our MOUs, all the specific items that we have that make our payroll so complex. So we're confident they'll be able to provide the services we need, but again, we will not move to them until we're sure that the numbers are correct. So we will run mock payrolls or parallel payrolls before we move forward with them. They'll be able to take care of all of our payrolls, file our taxes, do our W-2s, so everything's included in the $17,290.
That's a very good price for
It
the
is.
work that they're going to do.
Yes.
All the payroll.
All the payroll, all of the third-party payments, everything that's included with the payroll. So
Mr. Mayor and Council, I want to add to what Ms. Lovatos mentioned that this also frees up our finance manager to be conducting the duties of analyzing and supporting the work of our director, which entails, will allow us to be more productive in the work that gets done in the finance department.
Very good. I'm just curious, the proposals went out August 23rd, 2018. Why so long to institute the services or come to this point?
well, back in when we went out to bid, we received the submitted deadline was September 7th. So by the time we received the RFPs and we analyzed them and we came up with the numbers, the lowest bidder back then was Benefit Mall.
Right.
And we started working with them because we were planning on going live with them January 1st. Then they were not able to do it by that time. Then we moved it to the first quarter of the calendar year, which was April 1st. They were not able to do it by then. And at that point, we decided that we wanted to move to another company. So that's why it took so long, because we were trying to get them to work for
Right.
us, but unfortunately, they were not able to do it.
I understand. Thank you.
Director Lovatos, just a question. It says here to authorize to sign the agreement. I understand we're going to do a mock payroll first.
Right.
Personally, wouldn't it be ideal to do the mock payroll first before we do a signature of authorization to see if they're actually going to be, compatible with the payroll system, your finance team manages? Or should we, or I don't know, is that more of a question for the city attorney?
We could either make, when you make the motion to approve this item, we can make that a
It's
contingent.
like motion
a
to
condition.
approve upon mock payroll
payrolls.
coming out positive?
Yeah, so you
Okay.
could just approve it with that condition for the item.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we're planning on doing is if gets approved, then we will give them the hours for the month of July so they can start running
Okay.
July as mock. But we did not want to provide any information because of the confidentiality of the information
Right.
in payroll. We did not want to provide anything to them until it's approved by you. So before we do anything, we wanted to get your approval. And since as far as I know, we're not meeting in August, I didn't want to wait that long and have another quarter go by.
Thank you, Director.
Very good. Well, then, Councilman Romero, would you like to make that motion?
Sir, I
Yes.
have a speaker.
Oh, speaker.
Another speaker. Oh, public speakers, yes, sorry. Come forward.
Mr. Kim?
please.
Thank you for your service, for the killing the job for our citizens. It's usually done by our staff. We're sending out of town so that our jobs supposed to be in home. Our employees can handle it. The rest of the time, they can do another financing but jobs or other jobs. They try to use our tax money to kill our jobs, to sending them to it. There's no way to save the money. If we have right employees, right job, there's no way to save the money to giving the job on outside. All the transactions, but we already have a computerized all the programs. Just needed to put the timeline things. What they're doing, actually calculating things. Timesheet and everything is supposed to be sent by from us. So don't misleading by we savings. Actually, we spending more money and killing our job for our towns. Of course, our city staff, management staff, they can working with the phone or fix the nail, but we tax money going to pay for someone else. Please, don't send the job away, but try to do our in-home and hire the people, give them the job here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kim. Anyone else?
I had a question, another question for Director Lovatos. Just, let's say if we did have an employee who ran our payroll, how many would be needed and what would be an actual cost, give or take, to run it from our general fund?
To have an employee running just
Our
payroll,
payroll.
would be about $70,000 or $80,000 a year.
Okay, so we're pretty much saving like 65 if I'm not mistaken, right?
Just about.
Okay, thank you.
Good point. Anyone else from the public? City Clerk?
No, sir, that's it.
That's it?
So with that, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to set a motion to authorize city manager to sign an agreement for professional service between the city of Calexico and Heartland for payroll services upon completion of, successful completion of mock payroll.
Very good. Is there a second?
So move.
All right, second by Councilman Pacheco. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. All those opposed? All right, it passes. Next, on to item number 12. Subject matter: award the bid proposal from Commercial Industrial Roofing Company Incorporated in the amount of $82,760 and authorize city manager to sign construction agreement for community center roof replacement project.
Mr. Mayor, Ms. Public Works Manager Falomir will report on this item.
Very good.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mayor and council members. Back in February of March of this year, the city of Calexico experienced several days of rain, and we found that the community center roof began to leak. So therefore, we prepared plans and specifications and called out to bid. We received back in April 24th of 2019. On May 14th of 2019, we received 2 bids. One from Commercial and Industrial Roofing, and then the second one, a good roofer Inc. So therefore, we come before City Council to award the bid to the lowest, which is Commercial and Industrial Roofing Inc.
Okay. Any speakers on this item? Public speakers?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Kim?
Okay. We should not spending money from our park money. This is community center, the roof. Yes, we should spend, or we save the money for the park money to improve the parks, not the community center. Please, solve for the community. Save the parks and improve the parks. And you guys are spending wrongly money, and we have a chance, or community center creating all the revenue, just put into the general fund. So the general fund is supposed to be taking care of it. Years, rent, where is the money there? They're supposed to be taking care of that, not the park money. Park is supposed to be for the citizens. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Any discussion among city council members?
Yeah,
Or comments?
there's only 2 estimates, two bids, as a matter of fact, there's a $50,000 difference, so I guess the 82,000 is the right way to go. But is there a line of how much money goes into the community center? It all goes to the general fund, is that correct?
The revenue that is received by the community center does go to the general fund. Unfortunately, I don't oversee that account. I only assisted the recreation department with going out to bids. But yes, the funding that will be paid is through the Parks and Recreation impact fees. The city, as of June 30th, has about 471,000, of which the 82,000 will go to the community center because they do provide recreational activities for the community. So that's why we are recommending that the Parks and Recreation impact fees be used.
No, and then you need new roofing. I mean, we have no choice. When it rains, it leaks, so
Yeah, and
we
when
have to
we
get
had-
that. We have to get it fixed.
When we had the rainy days, we had to cancel some of the rentals because we were afraid that the roof would collapse.
Yes, we
Yeah,
have a
and
lot
we-
of activities,
we
guitar and dance,
and we have to-
karate, and
yeah.
seniors, and it's utilized the whole week. It's very hard to find a time slot that's free. It's being used.
Okay, I would like to entertain the motion that we approve this, number 12.
All right,
Second.
very good. There's a second by Councilman Romero and a motion by Councilman Risen. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None so it passes. Moving on to item number 13, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, the item before you is to authorize the city manager to purchase 2 backhoe loaders for our water and wastewater department. The current backhoes that we have are approximately 10 to 15 years, and we're just, putting in money to repair it. Therefore, we're asking the city council to go ahead and purchase these backhoes through a cooperative agreement. One is for the water and the other one is for the wastewater. Not only will these backhoes be used for the maintenance of the plants, but as well as we're planning on replacing several water and sewer lines through our CIP program. So that's we're requesting city council authorization to do so.
Yeah. We need the backhoes. guys.
How long have we been in dire need for these machinery?
I think we should have replaced them about 5 years ago, but
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this
Is
is
there-
not coming from the general fund, it's coming from
no,
the...
Water.
and the
This is
funding
the-
for these both backhoes is from
Enterprise.
water and wastewater enterprise funds.
Very good. Any comments from the public, City Clerk?
No, sir.
No, thank you. Council members, any
Yeah,
more comments on
No,
this?
That's what the money's for, to make sure that we provide the services to the community. And if we need those backhoes to get in and fix those pipes, that's what we need to do.
Very good. Okay, then. Call for the motion here.
Make a
Anyone like-
motion to approve item,
I'll second.
All right, second by Councilman Risen. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No. All right, the ayes have it. Moving on to item number 14.
Caltrans is currently working on the expansion
Oh, hi.
of Highway 98 between Ollie Avenue and Rockwood Avenue, this would be their second phase. The first phase was from Edie to Ollie. But as portion of the city, we need to abandon and relocate an 8-inch and 12-inch water line. So what we did is, because of the sensitive time frame that we have, Caltrans, I believe, wants to begin construction in March of 2020. We did a task order and we forwarded over to our 5 on-call engineering firms to request a proposal to do the plans and specifications of the water line replacement project. And only 2 proposals came in. The first one was Yanis Engineering for $24,000, and then Dynamic Consulting Engineering for $29,200. So we are here before City Council to request authorization to go to the lowest proposal, which would be Yanis Engineering, or if we want to select Dynamic Consulting Engineers.
Mr. Mayor, just to concur with the statement from our Public Works Manager, At this point, given the items that have been presented and the proposals that have been received, there is the lowest bid right here to be considered.
Very good. All right, let's go through the steps properly. Is there anyone from the public? Are we through with the report? Yes? Anyone from the public that wants to?
Mr. Kim?
First of all, I believe we need to work together, more smarter. Why we abandon? We can save it for the use both line. In case of something happens, the new ones, we still can use the other one. Why we have to spend money to abandon? I still don't get it there. Lots of cases that we having some extra line, or we put the extra route for the in case of the emergency or in case of something happens. Why we have to spend money for the abandoned? And second, this is another way our council gonna work on this one. It's gonna give the job to the out of town instead we give the job to the local. There's no merit. They say that there are more point. might be Yanis Construction doesn't have much experience because they put in that way. But I don't see any merit to say other company is better. I don't see any. Please, even they are lower, they are local, we should support local. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kim. Any comments before we make a motion?
I'm sorry, Ms. Falomid, who were you recommending?
Well, staff, which included myself, project inspector, as well as our water system supervisor, recommended Dynamic Consulting Engineer. But it would be up to the council's decision to go to the lowest or the second.
Yes, I think.
And just an FYI, the funding for this project is also water enterprise funds. It's not the general fund.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah. You want to speak?
Sure.
Sure.
Yes. So you know what, at this moment, after seeing this, I strongly believe after passing a fiscally conservative budget in June, that we should definitely stick to the lowest bid at this moment. I strongly believe this engineering company can do the job the proper way. Everything's set to city specifications, and the fact that he is a local and the money will stay locally and it'll be spent locally, I think makes even a better of a reason for us to go with this moment. I personally recommend with Yanis Engineering.
Okay, I'd like to say something, just like to echo on Councilman Romero's comments. Yanis Engineering is very reputable. I am happy that we're able to give him the chance. He's local, and he is the lowest bidder. So I do support that also. Anyone else?
I concur with both of you and Mr. Kim. It's the
Yes.
first time, but I think we should keep local here. I'm always an advocate of keeping everything local, what we can help our city. So I recommend that we go with Mr. Yanis on this one.
That's true. We need to keep the money in the city and provide jobs to our local companies, and Yanis Engineering is the lowest bidder,
Thanks,
so we
Mike.
should go with that.
All
I
right.
make
Fine.
concurrence with all.
We all concur.
members.
Who would like to have the honor of making the motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve Mr. Yanis.
All right, Councilman Risen, and a
Second.
second by Councilman Romero. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Unanimously passes. All right, moving on to item number 15.
I believe, Mr. Mayor, that is all
Yes.
you.
Yeah. Subject matter here is a designation of voting delegate and alternates for the 2019 League of California Cities Annual Conference, October 16th, 18th, 2019 in Long Beach, California. Because we're low on the budget, and I've had personally discussions with City Manager Dale, strongly feel that the two at least that should be attending is the mayor and the mayor pro tem. And we can designate someone else also as a third delegate. So, anybody want to comment on that? Someone in the public? All right.
No, I don't see anything wrong with that.
No, okay.
I've been to these, and they're worthwhile. Mr. Morris, if you'd like to attend as a possible.
I would like to, but that's the month that I'm going to start working on the Halloween carnival.
Oh,
I have things to do downtown. I would love to go with you guys,
Okay.
but I have projects in downtown Calexico.
I was informed that the third alternate doesn't necessarily have to go. Is that correct?
That is
Mr.
correct,
Figueroa?
sir. That's only in case of an emergency where either the mayor or the mayor pro tem cannot attend.
Okay.
I mean, that's only like a,
In that case, then I'll go if there's an emergency. But let's not make it an emergency.
All right.
All right, then. So,
Mr. Risen will
it
be.
is the mayor, mayor pro tem, and Councilman Risen that will be attending.
As an alternate,
As an
in
alternate.
case.
As an alternate, excuse me. All right, do we have to vote on this one? Yes?
yes, sir, you need to make the designation.
Okay. Okay, the designation, the voting delegate is,
You and.
yes, is Mayor Hodge, myself, and Mayor Pro Tem, Mayor Pro Tem Romero, and then as an alternate, Councilman Risen is
Make a motion to approve the
very
selection.
good.
I second.
Second. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No, it passes. Thank you very much on that one. And, whoa, we have come to the end of our journey tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Not bad. 7:45. Run out and see your favorite novella. or
Novella.
Whatever you like. So,
Future agenda item?
future agenda items, though. Future agenda items, and I do have a couple. Anybody want to start?
I only have one, so if I may, Mr. Mayor. I just want to really take a look. I know we're working on it in regards to the zoning, the rezoning for the RV and mobile home parking. I want to take a bigger look at that, see how we can put that together. Maybe we can start getting more snowbirds in here. So if we can take a look at that, Assistant City Manager, thank you.
I know we have a lot of summer projects for the kids at the community center.
Yes.
If we could get a list, and I know she does a tremendous job in sending out calendars and all that, but maybe a quick update on summer activities so that people can become aware of what's happening and for the kids.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, I do want to remind the council that per the calendar that has been approved for the meetings, the city council will go dark in the month of August. So just a friendly reminder.
Mr. Risen? Councilman Risen?
No future at this time,
I have
Mr.
some,
Mayor.
I can't find them. So let me do my best. They both pertain to the Cultural Arts Center. I would like to see us create a new line item, amend the budget, and create a new line item for the Cultural Arts Center. Have discussion and possible vote.
Mr. Mayor? Thank you.
Yes.
I would also like to add to that about the air, I would like to add that on the
Yes.
air condition, to put that on the agenda for the air conditioned units for the Cultural Arts Center.
Okay, very good. And the second one is, second one pertains to reforming the commission. I would like to look at creating a commission that consists only of the cultural arts, the arts, and the historical. All three as a commission. That would be omitting the library. So I'd like discussion and possible action on that. Okay? Very good. Any other concerns? No?
Motion
All
to
right.
adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. Second? We have-
Second.
All right.
Aye.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.